once told me I was the mistress of self-reinvention. It's like having a secret. She was with this man.
Are you sure there's no one missing? This is me. Rachel, I need you to stay away.
I used to watch this perfect couple. They were the emotive, true love. I want to start my life over again. Just for a second.
Is this her?
Can you tell me where you were? I was in Spain.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Howdy, howdy. Are you going somewhere? It looks like you're on a train of some sort.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna go and see what my neighbor is doing out there.
You're crazy, girl. Sounds like you have a drinking problem.
I'm a bit like them.
All right. All right. Dream on, girl. Dream on, But anyway, so I guess this is a good way to segment into the movie we're reviewing today. So it's 2016 Girl in Train, directed by Tate Taylor, featuring Emily Blunt, Haley Barnett, Luke Evans, and Lisa Kudrow. So these are just a few of the, oh yes, and Rebecca Ferguson. So essentially the movie's about Emily Blunt, who's the wonderful woman next to you, behind you right now, who jumps on a train, and she's always on the train, peep nosing out the windows, and she gets caught up in some sort of actions that happen with her ex-husband's neighbors, and then pretty much one thing leads to another, and she finds herself in trouble. So this movie is definitely a thriller. It's an hour 52-minute thriller, and if you have time and patience to see all the
That
wildness,
thriller. It's not that thriller.
it's according to how it's
Mystery
called.
crime.
It's mystery, thriller, mystery. Either way, just be ready to, be on edge a little bit throughout the movie. So, Saliya, why did you pick this movie? Tell me why.
If you like Gone Girl, you would love The Girl on the Train. And that was the second time that I watched it, because I watched like a couple of years ago, and I have a fish memory. I usually forget. So this time I was like way more into it. Amazing. I mean, I'm a big fan of Gone Girl. So this one was another one. I really like the movies that make you think who killed who, what happened. Like it, I think it was very intense. So for me, like spending like 2 hours watching a movie, it needs to be either comedy, like a good comedy, not like chick flick. I don't like chick flick movies. It's stupid ass. Or it needs to be intense, like a mystery. You want to know what's gonna happen. You want to know, oh my god, this was happened before. So now it's, like I really like. I mean, there was some stupidity in the movie that for me it wasn't making any sense. But I was like, okay, that's a movie. For example, the part that, I mean, how come like she's on a train every fucking day. And she basically sees exactly what's going on, exactly at the same time that she's passing by. And she sees exactly the day that the woman is cheating on her husband. So she sees
It's
exactly at the same time.
convenience. This is what a movie is, you know. It's not
You
movie is
know,
always
like
gonna be
these
convenient.
parts for me was a kind of unrealistic. And
But then
another
again, she rode the train every day, like religiously, right? On her way to quote unquote work, right?
yeah, but like how come everything should happen, exactly at the same time that she's commuting to another place? For me, that part wasn't make any sense to me. And also like how come she could recognize, oh, I know the guy,
Mm,
he's the I'm
mm.
like, okay, how could you recognize someone from like so far that so there are like these like small thing that for me was a kind of a little bit,
Well,
you know
too much of a reach because to be quite honest, when a train zooms past the house, like when I ride a train, the house flashes like this, right? So how did she take the time to zoom
exactly,
in? But
exactly.
however, this is besides the point if the movie is good or not. I think that's us nitpicking, and honestly, this is what we are. We're critics, right? We're film critics. Um, but I think the true parts of the story, which is the unraveling of the mystery of the missing woman, and then also seeing what her involvement is, that is where the um, the movie kind of spends the majority of its time is trying to not so much talk about the journey, but talk about the lapse of time and lapse of judgment that she had, right, in certain activities that she took. Um, so overall, for me, the movie had some dark points, but also it touched a little bit on alcoholism. It touched a little bit on what it means to mourn loss, right? Because she went through a series of events. Spoiler alert. She's been married, and failed. Tried to have a baby and failed. Had job, didn't have a job afterwards. So a lot of trauma has caused her to go down a really dark path. Um, but however, the movie itself kind of talks about how that woman tried to handle the situation, kind of thing, which didn't go well for her. But I think the development of the character was interesting for me because they often did flashbacks, right? To try to connect the dots a little bit. And if you're not really paying attention, you would definitely get lost. And I definitely got lost because I was busy texting every now and then, and then I have to look up and like, oh God, what's this?
You were texting meanwhile watching this movie?
I
Are you
am a very
serious?
popular guy, Twitter is on its last leg, so I need to be able to
You
tweet.
you can't, like, this movie is like 100% concentration. Like you could, like, you can text when you watch this. You have to be like, oh, like,
Fair, fair. What about the fact that it's based off a book, right? It's based off Paula Hawkins'
yeah,
book, right?
I haven't read it, so I'm
Um,
not really into novels when it comes to book.
mm.
So
Do you think if they were confident enough to make this book into a movie, oftentimes when books are turned into movies, there's things that don't make it into the movie. So I'm assuming that the book probably has more information to tell us more about the relationship that she had with her ex-husband. So I think things like that maybe met the cutter on floor, but it would have been nice to have that a little bit more information to fill in the gaps, for at least for me, I think. But yeah, so was there any sort of like standout performances or individuals that you thought were good additions or bad additions to the movie?
no, I think Emily Blunt was amazing.
Mm.
She did a great job. Like I can't even say which scene I liked about her. I think like I could really see like the pain, being drunk, being sad, fucked up life. I
Mm,
could feel everything that she was going through. So
mm,
I think her performance was amazing. I've
mm.
never been like a super fan of her, but after like watching this movie, I really liked her performance. Like
Yeah.
the other one, I didn't like that much, like the Anna, but the Anna who cheated, the other,
Played
not
by
the not the
Rebecca
wife.
Ferguson. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure if I really liked her performance that much,
Mm,
but and I think she was a kind of weird. Like I didn't even like her personality. I think she was like a. I think she was way more weird comparing to what was her character called, the Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt, Anna. Oh, sorry,
Oh,
Rachel. Rachel.
Rachel. I think uh she was way more weird comparing to Rachel for me. She was
Mm-hmm.
just okay, so you have a husband who loves you and then you go and cheat and then you wanna fuck your preach, or I mean like she was a kind of
Therapist. Yeah.
psycho girl that
Mm,
I couldn't really understand what was going on with her. Basically, I could really feel what was going on with Rachel
mm,
comparing to what was going on with her.
mm.
Mm.
Well, like I said, it felt very disjointed some parts. But this is why I guess maybe the book would have been a better filler of information. But for me, what I thought was an interesting addition was Edgar Ramirez, who played the doctor or the therapist. I was like, man, this guy's brings so much sexual charisma for a therapist. I was like, the way that seduction was happening in the room from the patient, the doctor, I was like, I don't blame her, for trying, but at the same time, like, how does this guy have the willpower to like, not pounce on her? But it's
Control. So there's a control. So men that they would say, "Oh, I couldn't control myself." That's bullshit because they didn't want to control themselves. So look,
yeah, exactly. And look what happened in the end. So, but all in all, interesting movie. It's took definitely loops and turns. And definitely don't text when you're watching the movie. Watch it with full attention. Um, but if you like psycho thrillers about crazy women, interesting women, then the girl in the train is for you.
actually, the psycho one was the guy who was
Yes,
behind the
exactly.
scene. You know, so
He was the
there wasn't these women. So that he was the one. So you see,
they all they
don't blame women.
yes, but crazy attracts crazy, so maybe that was it. Okay,
Good, but I'm
so all in all,
the
how would you rate this movie?
8.
An 8. Okay. Um, because I half watched it and I half cared, I'm gonna give it a 5. So
Because you weren't watching, you were texting.
no, well, the thing is,
Yeah,
if the movie really was captivating for me, I would not be as drawn to my cell
yeah.
phone. So
Someone probably was texting you like
mm.
some seductive
Oh,
pictures. So you
you
got
think
distracted.
so?
You
You
weren't
think
watching
so?
my movie.
Okay. So all in all, salty popcorn review of 6.5 um for our review. So currently rates it at 6.5 also. And Rotten Tomatoes giving it a 44%. So not a lot of people loved it like myself. But however, give it a watch, and let us know what your thoughts are on this movie, and if you've seen anything interesting on any train or any journey that you've seen. It could even be on a flight. If you got that really good vision from the plane,
You
just
can
said, "Oh, that's my
interfere.
neighbor."
You can. You just go and knock on the door. I really want to know what's going on here. What were you doing the other day at 4 p.m.? I saw you when I was like commuting to New York.
Exactly. I was like, something's fishy here. But anyways,
Yeah.
but like, subscribe, and share as always. That's the Salt Popcorn. And then
And follow us on Instagram.
yes, connect with the host. Our Instagrams are down below in the box of description. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. All the best, and we'll talk to you all again next week. All right.
Let's see what will you choose.
What wonderful movie I'll pick, because you all know I pick the
so
bomb
far.
kind of movies.
I'm
And then,
gonna start to text when I'm watching your movie.
that's fine. That's fine. But as long as, you know, in my background, I'll be sitting with, I don't know, like Megan Fox or Denzel or someone like that. You know, all these.
So go with Denzel. I like Denzel Washington.
I know you do. Right? This is probably why you've been texting me mostly, like, let's watch a Denzel. Let's do Denzel. I'm like,
Denzel,
I'm trying to watch a movie. Thank you. Stop texting me.
I've got a crush for Denzel Washington.
Oh, okay, Denzel. You heard it here first. Leah might be low-key sliding you into your DMs one day. Or vice versa.
He's married, and he's committed and loyal and faithful.
Oh, he is. He's committed to women of color. So, you know, if only you had richer skin. We'll put it that way. Anyways, that's enough for now. We'll log off and we'll see everyone next week. All right, bye.
Bye.